Hello and welcome to this Red Gaming Tech video. Myself and Martin, where as always I'm here with the latest from the tech world in the last 24 or so hours. And before I actually get started on today's topics, I just want to say that today is of course the 5th of November, which means one thing and one thing only, lots and lots of fireworks. Now I am recording early enough where hopefully there shouldn't be too many of them just yet, but they are most likely going to be some, so do forgive me for that. Not a whole lot I can do, unfortunately. So, we're going to kick things off today with something from Intel. Now, this is actually a report stating how much Intel is actually spending for modem development for Apple. Now, of course, Apple and Qualcomm parted ways some time ago. They are now involved in a rather bitter legal dispute, and now Intel is Apple's sole baseband suppliers. And obviously, Intel are very, very keen to keep Apple happy for obvious reasons. They're Apple. And as much as it's costing them money, in the long term it could very much make them money as well. And currently Intel is reportedly said to be spending more than $2 billion a year on their modems, and apparently that expenditure is only going to increase with the impending arrival of 5G. And apparently Apple aren't so happy with the lag on the production side, which is why Intel are actually investing so heavily into it. Again, they are very, very keen to keep Apple happy, because, well, again, they're Apple. They're already working on XMM 8065G NR modems, but these are for PCs rather than iPhones. However, the XMM 8060 will enable Intel to basically be there for the deployment of 5G ready devices before 5G networks actually become a mainstream thing in 2020. Now, apparently, according to another report, which is kind of related to this one, I feel at least, according to an anonymous source within Apple, the iPhones will not see 5G until 2020. The 2020 iPhone range is going to be the one using the Intel 8161 5G modem exclusively, and apparently it's going to enable speeds of at least 1 gigabit per second. But as I already said, Apple apparently isn't best pleased with Intel. You know, their woes with 10nm are very well documented at this moment, but they are apparently struggling with power and thermal issues, and once again they're trying to turn to 10nm to improve the efficiency of the modem, but obviously we all know the issues that 10nm is having as well. And apparently Intel do not have a single 5G modem working in a prototype phone. Again, they're still working on the 8060 5G modems that Apple are going to use to test the network before they even begin on the 8161. So, yeah, Apple are kind of not best pleased with Intel at the moment, at least according to these reports. So Intel are obviously very much within their best interest to step up their game. This could maybe see a knock-on effect on the other side of things, if they're putting more and more money into figuring out what's going on with 10nm, that sort of thing. But you could also argue this is what's kind of taking their attention away, or one of the things at least, because obviously they're a massive company with so many projects on the works for to make your head spin. But still. But that's not the only Intel piece I have for you today, as Intel have confirmed Cascade Lake Advanced. Now, these are up to 48 cores with 12-channel memory support. Now, one important thing to keep in mind before I go into any of the stuff they actually discussed, there is quite a bit of information from Intel here, is that these are being compared, at least at the moment, from Intel against the current version of Epyc. So just keep that in the back of your mind for a second. So basically they pitted it against their own flagship Xeon, the 8180 Platinum, and the Epyc 7601, which again is the current version of Epyc. So we do have a bit of a quote here from Lisa Spellman, who is the Vice President and General Manager of Intel Xeon products. And she said, quote, "We remain highly focused on delivering a wide range of workload-optimized solutions that best meet our customers' system requirements. The addition of Cascade Lake Advanced performance CPUs and Xeon E2100 processors to our Intel processor lineup once again demonstrates our commitment to delivering performance-optimized solutions to a wide range of customers." So as I've already said, the Cascade Lake Advanced processors are going to have up to 48 cores and 96 threads on a single package, and will be utilizing multi-chip package, which of course is MCP. So just to compare this against the current generation, they currently have up to 28 cores and 56 threads. So this is quite the jump up in comparison to the previous generation. And again, it's going to support 12 DDR4 memory channels, which is a very nice increase from the 6 that we currently see on Cascade Lake SP. But what about the actual performance numbers versus Epyc, and of course the current generation of Xeons, I hear you ask? Well, we do have some numbers from Intel, and obviously, as AMD themselves do, they're going to be using methods that obviously give them a little bit of an advantage, but let's still look at what we have to see here. We see 3.4 times faster than the AMD Epyc in LinPack, 1.2 times faster than the Intel Xeon 8180 in LinPack, 1.3 times faster than Epyc's in Stream Triad, 1.83 times faster than the Xeon in Stream Triad, and 17 times images per second versus, again, the previous generation Xeon. So I did mention the testing methodology, so it's only fair that I actually go through what testing methodologies they actually used. So, quotes, performance results are based on testing or projections of 6/2017 to 10/3/2018 Stream Triad, 7/31/2018 to 10/3/2018 LinPack, and 7/11/2017 to 10/7/2018 DL Inference, and may not reflect all publicly available security updates. LinPack AMD Epyc 7601 Supermicro AS2023 USTR4 with AMD Epyc 7601 2.2 GHz 32 core SMT off, turbo on, BIOS version 1.1, and the microcode 0 × 800 1227, 16 × 32 GB of DDR4 at 2666, 1 SSD. This is on Ubuntu 18.4.1 LTS. High Performance LinPack version 2.2. And as for Stream Triad, we have one node, 2 socket Epyc 7601 tested by AMD as of June 2017, compared to one node, 2 socket 48 core Cascade Lake Advanced Performance processor projections by Intel as of 10/3/2018. And for DL Inference, we see 2S Intel Xeon Platform 8180 CPU, 2.5 GHz 28 cores, HT disabled, turbo disabled, scaling governor set to performance via Intel P-State driver, 384 GB of DDR4 at 2666 ECC RAM, and we do see Linux 7.3.1611. So, that's a lot of information I just gave you there, but given that I did mention the testing methodologies, it seemed only fair that I actually go through what those actually were. So, but the final confirmation that we did have from Intel here is that we are going to be seeing this in the first half of 2019, which does actually follow on from previous rumours. Now, that's the reason that I brought up the fact that this is being pitted against the current generation of Epyc, because obviously at the moment at least we are expecting 7NM Epyc 2, otherwise known as Rome, to be coming out in 2019. So I do wonder how Intel are actually going to compete against the later generation of Epyc, because yeah, that's definitely going to be something that's going to be one to watch, I think, because again, yeah, okay, it's being pitted against Epyc here, seeing some increases and improvements, but then, you know, Epyc 2 is going to come along probably shortly after the release of this and just basically be like, heard you were talking rubbish, heard you were talking crap. What you got to say now, huh? In all seriousness, it's definitely going to be curious to see how this actually competes against Epyc 2. But for now, let's move on to our next topic, shall we? Which is actually going to be our final topic, which is regarding the Samsung Galaxy S10. So what we actually have here is an interesting report that basically claims that the S10 is actually going to feature a 7NM EUV chip. Now, you may recall that quite recently we discussed some news from Samsung as to what they were doing in the future, you know, what they were currently working on, what they had for their roadmap, all that sort of stuff. And basically, the long and short of it is that they had finally commenced mass production of 7nm LPP on EUV last month. So, at least according to these reports, we're going to be seeing that on the Galaxy S10 lineup. And if this does actually turn out to be true, and again, this is a report, not a confirmed thing, Samsung is going to be basically the first to pass the post when it comes to having a 7nm EUV chip on board a certain device. And obviously, if Samsung do manage to do that, you can bet some pretty solid money that they're going to be plastering that all over their marketing material, making sure that everyone knows that, yep, we're groundbreaking, we're the first to have this, come and get the latest, blah de blah de blah. They might not use the word 7NM because, you know, average user might not know what that even means, but they are going to say that they are cutting edge, that sort of thing. So obviously, this is not confirmed. We don't know how true this is, but it does kind of line up with the reports that we've already had from Samsung. But all we can do with this one is wait and see. Anyway, that is me done for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and of course bearing with me with this slightly dodgy sound. It's sounding a little bit better, but still needs a little bit of work, I find. I think at least anyway, should I say. But let me know your thoughts in the description below, the comments below. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.